As a restaurant owner seeking to scale, or a restaurant owner that desires high performing team, not investing intentionally into staff training on one side is already a problem. And on the other side, not ensuring that your new hires have the 3 tools they need to begin functioning on the right foot from day one is even a bigger problem. And here is the thing: what you call learning on the job, for me, is one of the biggest mistakes you can make with anybody you're hiring newly into your restaurant. And why is that so? The reason is simple. The very first 7 days of every new hire in your restaurant determines whether they are going to eventually become an asset or a liability to the business. And here in this video, I will share with you 3 major tools you should never fail to give every new hire in your restaurant within the very first 7 days. And number 1 is proper introduction. And when I mean proper introduction, I mean proper introduction to people and proper introduction to places. Every new staff joining your restaurant deserves to know who is who and where is where. I know this may sound so common, but it's unfortunately not something a lot of restaurant owners are intentionally taking care of in their restaurants. Properly ensuring that the staff you have newly hired clearly knows the people he or she is going to be working with, who he or she is meant to report to, and all the relevant places within your restaurant is not just a formality as many of you have chosen to see it. It's actually one of the most important tools they need to have from day one. Take them to all the units, introduce them to the people there, and introduce them to all the places they need to know for them to be able to begin their job. When you skip this particular tool, what that simply means is you allowing the new staff you've just hired to keep wandering about, trying to figure out who to report to, where to get some certain supplies, or how to relate with the people he or she is supposed to be working with. As a leader, you should know that there is nothing that ignites anxiety, confusion, and a lot of early stage mistakes in a restaurant as lack of proper introduction. The second tool you must give every new staff in your restaurant is proper orientation on all your systems, your structures, and your work culture. Your restaurant has a unique way of doing things, right? Walk them through every step of it. It's simple. When you don't walk a new hire through your systems, your structures, and the culture of your own restaurant environment, they will either copy what others are already doing, whether right or wrong, or at worst, they keep going back and forth, asking questions until they give up and begin to figure things out on their own. And the third tool you must give every new staff within their first 7 days is clear job description and expectation. Again, too many restaurant owners are very good at handing uniforms over to new staff and asking them to start work. And you see the staff obviously struggling in the kitchen trying to get things done. No one meets expectations they clearly do not understand. It's simple. When you fail to define what the rules are and what success looks like in each of those roles, you leave performance to their own personal interpretation. And trust me, you will always waste your time because you will constantly come back to correct errors on the same issues. You are a restaurant leader, so the next time you hire a new staff, before you hand them the uniform, hand them clarity first, using these 3 tools within the very first 7 days. That's how to build a restaurant that scales.